तो भाई वेलकम टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. लास्ट पार्ट में आपने देखा होगा कि कैसे मतलब सारी डिफिकल्टी फेस करते हुए भाई हमारे यहाँ पे पहुंच ही गए. फाइनली जर्मनी में पहुंच गए एंड 29 ऑफ जनवरी को यहाँ पे जर्मनी पहुंचे थे बर्लिन में. और वहाँ पे B1 तक लैंग्वेज सीखी और B2 यहाँ पे आके ऑफलाइन सीखने का था प्लान. तो अब आगे जानते हैं. सो हाउ वाज द जर्नी? व्हेन डिड यू फर्स्ट टाइम कम हियर? एवरीथिंग न्यू एंड a new country. How was your experience for that?
Actually, when I arrived here, it was 12 a.m. So everything was closed and it was raining also. I had big bags. So all I did is my friend came to pick me up at Tegel airport. We both just took my bags and we went
at Berlin.
At Berlin. From Tegel to my Airbnb spot.
Okay. So how far was that, and did you travel with train, local train, or what?
No. On the first day, I took only buses. In the night, normally there are no trains. There are buses. So I had to take like 1-2 buses until I reached my place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you in the last video you told about the flat that was cheated. So how did you manage to do everything?
It was really tough again. I had to do it like this. We didn't actually get the keys.
Okay.
We lost our complete hope. Then we had to move to another hostel. We still tried to find another place together. But unfortunately for 2 people we didn't get at this short time, and we had to move in somewhere. And then we had to go to a hostel. I lived there for 5 days, and then again for another week I went to another hostel.
And where was your friend staying?
My friend also was with me in the second hostel. After that he stayed in the same hostel, but the hostel where I was living was really costly. And I thought it was senseless if I actually stayed there, because a lot of money I actually already spent on Airbnb, my room, my flat which I had to get, and then coming everything. So I had to like manage that also. So I had to go to another hostel. And then luckily there's an ISKCON temple in
ISKCON
Berlin. I went there on the right time, and then I met with people. They were Indians, they were Germans, but Germans were more helpful, and they actually gave me some contacts, and my father also had some contacts. And so through a lot of contacts I got an appointment for 3 places at the same day. In the morning, evening, and in the night I had to visit all the 3 places. So first I went to to a place. Then the person was really good. He told me you can stay here, and he was helpful, but it was very far from my language school. Another place was not really suitable, but the last place wherever I went, a person from Karnataka itself was living there. He was giving it to another person. He thought let another Indian get the help, and then that's why he was searching for Indian. And he had to give that room to me, and it was really near to my language school. It was like 1 kilometer, and it was a very good place. And it was like around 330 euros in Berlin.
330 euros
single room.
So
it was a beautiful place, so I actually stayed there.
It was maybe in the main square.
Yeah, it was like really the center of the city. It's Kreuzberg.
I've never been there, but I said so it was near to your language school. And how was your experience learning language for the first time in offline? How was that?
It was amazing. I went to the class, but first day I go there, I don't understand what the teacher is telling, because he's talking fast. The other friends were actually here since A2. So they knew how the teacher spoke, but it was really tough.
And you started with B2?
B2. I started with B2 here, and it was tough. But with time, the teacher was really supportive. She was a very good teacher. Probably I could have actually reached the C1 level just because of this teacher.
So she was the same teacher who taught you A1, A2?
No. The B2 teacher, she was only in B2. In the first month, I actually went for the offline classes. The teacher was good. She used to help us. We had we had a lot of activities. We used to cook together. We went to the teacher's house and we cooked, and then we learnt in the park.
Just as to learn the language better by cooking, you can also see the plates and everything. Cooking, she taught that how to say them in German.
She used to literally. We used to ask, "What is this? This is a handkerchief. What is this in German? Spoon. What is this house? Why is it? What is this shape called?" She used to teach. We used to meet in the park, and the teacher used to teach. I was lucky to have the teacher, but after that, Corona started.
Yeah. So that is the main advantage of learning language here. Teachers are very, you can say, determined towards their work. They help you learn the language better, understand the language better in every aspect.
Sometimes I used to think if I learned German the same way, however I learned, instead of German, if I'd learned English in the same way, probably my English would have been better than that.
Yeah.
Because the German teachers are really determined.
Okay.
And most of them actually try that you learn, not that they teach you, but you learn. So it was really helpful for me. And after that, Corona started May 18th. Everything in Germany was
March 18th.
March 18th.
So you came to Germany January 29. You went one month offline classes.
Yeah.
So the whole February you were attending offline classes, but by March
18th.
So again online classes. So the main purpose for which you come to Germany to learn offline language, that was because of Corona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but the teacher was really good. She knew smart ways how she could teach me even online. Of all the online classes which I took, she was the best who actually taught me that way. We were a very small group, only 4 people. We were actually 7 people in the class, but only 4 people used to attend.
Okay.
So we were only 4 people. So she had a lot of methods, and they were actually very useful in the way she taught.
Okay.
And then, even C1 I had to do it online.
Online,
Yeah, and then I had to, during my C1, I actually gave my B2 exam.
That was Goethe or TELC?
TELC.
TELC B2.
Yeah.
You gave TELC B2. So you done your TELC B2, and did you pass that exam? It was.
Yeah, I actually passed the exam.
Okay, and was it difficult, or how did you? As you didn't give Goethe, so was it difficult, or was it? How was that level of exam of TELC B2?
Yeah, I had a lot of preparation already from a language school. We did almost like 3 preparations for actually the exam, and also the 4th, that was the real exam. We had to go there to the institute and actually prepare for the exam. And then there was another girl who also used to study with me. We actually prepared every day, and then so it was much easier for me.
Okay.
And when I went there, the exam was easy, but for me is Hörverstehen or listening skills a bit tough. I felt the toughness there in the exam when I was because it was a recording scale. It was just a recorder. They used to play the player, and they used to play it. It was a bit tough, but still I actually.
But you managed that. Yeah. Okay. So and when did your language end? In which month did your language end till C1?
My language also ended in May, I guess.
In May.
End of May.
So till from May till the Aufnahmeprüfung of student college, what did you do? Did you do just practice of C-test, or you worked also mini job or something else?
Yeah, actually for me, I did a mini job in this time.
Okay.
For me, the goal was learning German. I wanted to learn German and talk to Germans so that I could understand the language, probably better myself with the language. And so I actually thought you can go on the streets and you can talk to Germans, but you won't have a long talk. So I thought it's better if I work. So I actually applied for a lot of places, but later I actually got a bakery, and I thought it was better if I actually worked there. And I went there. My chefin or the boss, she was like, the German is not that much enough.
She said.
Yeah, she told.
Okay. But did you done till C1 and
the conversation? I couldn't take the Umgangssprache or the street, how they speak on the street. I know the formal one, but I don't know how they actually speak. It was a bit tough, but she was like, "You're a really motivated person. I'll give you the place just because you wanted to learn the language." And then you're also hardworking, so I can give you a place.
Okay, and how much did you earn at that time? How much did
actually it was 450 euros per month. So because I worked on 3 months.
So it was just like a mini job.
It was a mini job.
Till 450 euros is tax free. Till I know. 450 euros, and you worked. How much did you earn? That was fixed that you will earn 450 euros, or that was just like hour wise, or
it's hour wise. It was around for me. It was around 10.5 euros or something.
Okay.
And it was a very good pay, I guess. And then I worked around 30 to 32 hours, 30 or 35 hours, I guess.
Per month. 30.
No, only 1 month. I only worked 3 weeks. So only 35 hours, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So that was, and you worked till 3 months. Yeah. So you can earn about 1300 or 1400 euros till then.
But I only worked 3 weeks. That's it.
3 weeks?
Yeah, just 3 weeks. I told them that I'm going to stay.
Okay.
But because my language school, I got accepted. So I had to like move in here. So I had to leave Berlin. So I just told I'm gonna leave.
I thought that you said 3 months.
No.
Okay. You worked till 3 weeks because you have to prepare for everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, your experience was also good. Your boss was. And so you worked till 3 weeks there, and did it help to better your language, make your language better?
Far way better, because my boss was helpful, and I actually asked her, I'm going to prepare for my Aufnahmeprüfung. Can I stay here? I'm not working, but I'm going to ask you questions if I don't understand anything.
Just like you are not working there, but you are staying to just make your better language better. Okay.
I told her. She was like, of course, you can stay here. You can actually, if you don't have to work, I will work. I will be working here. You can ask me questions if you want. You can study if you want.
So if you find such people, it's really good.
Helpful.
Yeah, you find good people in ISKCON and just now. So, and did you need a work permit for working there?
Yeah, I needed a work permit, but it told that I can only work in the holidays. So it was my holiday time.
Your holiday, so because you end your language and you have time till your Aufnahmeprüfung. And how was it, extending visa? How was that scenario? Everything?
Actually, in my visa stopped. My visa was over on 8th April.
Okay.
But because of Corona, everything was closed. All I have to do is I had to do an online form. I had to fill an online form, and I had to just send them my details.
Okay.
And after 1 month, my visa was already expired. Still, I could stay here because that stayed on the website of the Ausländerbehörde website. I actually saw there, and I was like, fine. And then after 1 month, they sent me a link, and they told to upload all the documents there.
So what was your documents?
I guess the document that I finished my language school, and I actually sent my conditional offer letter, which I got that time in India, and then my place where I was living, that is the Wohnungsbesetzung, and then I had to send my passport and
visa, blocked account, insurance,
blocked account documents.
So that was I have to wait for 8 months, so for 8 weeks to get a visa. So how was that by you?
For me, it was really, really, really fast. I sent my documents. In 2 days, they told me to come and take the visa.
In 2 days? 2 days. Yeah, by him took just 2 days, and for me 2 months to get a visa, to get a blue card, to get the residence permit card. To get the residence permit card. So, how long did you get your visa?
I got it for 1 year.
For 1 year or for 2 years?
1 year.
Okay.
And then I saw normally people get it for 2 years.
In Berlin. So actually you got the visa firstly for 1 year.
1 year.
But you then you have talked with other friends of yours, and they said they go for 2 years. Okay.
And I was like confused. I just wrote an email to the Ausländerbehörde.
Okay.
Normally one year people get it for 1 year, and here you have not mentioned anything about my student colleague. Is it not considered or what? They were like, okay, we will give you for 2 years. Come. That's it.
So it was very easy.
Easy. I wrote it, and then next week again they told me in 2 days you can come and take your next visa.
It was very easy in Berlin. So, and because of Corona, there is no waiting time. I think so.
And I guess as soon as the form was open, within 5 minutes, that was the new opening, the start of the form, and I had to fill it. I got to know that it was my luck. I opened the website, and they see before 5 minutes the form was open.
Okay.
So I was the one of the
and you got that just in 2 days, and that passport, though your passport was stamped, and you also got a work permit for that that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got a visa for 2 years for that, and then you started applying to student colleagues and everything. So that will be talking in the next part of the video. So did you when you like the video, please consider liking, share to your friends and everything. His journey is just, you can say, very steps. There are many steps in the journey. It is not very easy. It is not just like we think we will go to Germany and we land there. There are very difficulties in that, but we have to face them and we have to overcome that. So जस्ट यही था. आपको अच्छी लगी हो तो लाइक करो, दोस्तों को दिखाओ अपने. नेक्स्ट पार्ट में मिलेंगे, तब तक के लिए बाय.